Okay, there we go. I am using a brand new bundle from the new May through August catalog, and this bundle will come out on May 5th. I'm hoping that for those of you that I mailed catalogs to, they are starting to arrive. If you've placed an order since January, you are a queen bee, and your catalogs should be arriving any day. So here we go. This is called the Scalloped Blooms Bundle. It's easier to read on the stamp set. You guys, look at these absolutely gorgeous sentiments. Aren't they beautiful? And I believe it doesn't say on the stamp set, but I believe that this is a $1,000,000 stamp set. I'll have to double check that because I really thought it was. But anyway, look at these gorgeous sentiments. And then you have dies, and you have all of these scallop dies. There's tons of them. And then we also have some sentiment tags that are also scalloped. So it's got some really cool stamps in it. I'll be honest, I'm not using that many today, but that's okay. I wanted to show them to you. And my friends, this is the embossing folder. I'm trying to get a good picture of it. It's called Floral Spray. It's a very large 3D embossing folder. And the minute I saw this, I fell in love with it. So since Patty had asked me to show something with vellum, I thought that this was the perfect folder. I don't know. Let me put my bubble bath cardstock in here and see if you could see that better. Nope, we'll just have to wait till I emboss it. Okay, so I am going to emboss this with vellum. This is our vellum cardstock that came out. It's thick. It's not thin, so it's going to give a really nice embossed look on this floral spray embossing folder. So let me pull in my cut and emboss machine. It's going to basically take up the whole desk. There we go. Move my mic so I don't knock it off my table. I need a bigger table when I use my cut and emboss machine. So I want to share the sandwich with you because this may confuse some of you. When you have a 3D embossing folder, all you need is your platform number 1. So I'm going to put that in. And then you need your 3D embossing folder and whatever paper that you plan to emboss. I'll put that right here. Okay. And then you just need to put the gray platform, which is platform number 4. Now, I like to put these in hinge first. And the reason why is these rollers, especially with the 3D embossing folder, these folders are significantly thick. So I want to put the hinge in first so that when it runs through the roller, it pushes the paper down. It's going to be not very much movement, but enough that if I put the paper right here and then run it through hinge first, or feet, or not hinge, open first, or what I like to call the feet, it's going to push the paper up this way, and you can break your 3D embossing folders. Now, for those of you that have a Big Shot or another cut and emboss machine, you may need to play with your sandwich to get the right thickness because you don't want to use an acrylic plate unless your machine is really loosely calibrated. I don't know if you know this, but every cut and emboss machine is hand calibrated as far as I know. And then we are just going to run it through. So if you run into problems, just email me and I'll help you work out your sandwich. Now, I never run both ways, but on this one I am because I'm doing vellum and I want a really deep embossing. So seriously, you never usually have to do this, okay? So let me take that out. No, you guys, when you have arthritis in your right hand, picking up the machine, it is not heavy, but it's really hard to do from a seated position. Okay, so now let's pull out this gorgeous vellum. I cannot wait to show this to you. I'm so excited. And I got to figure out how I could show you. Does it work on? Yes. Let me remove my white mat for a minute. Look at that, you guys. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh, that is just an absolutely gorgeous folder. Look at that. I know. This is the deboss side. That's the side we're actually going to color. And this is the embossed side. It is so pretty. Oh, I just think this is so gorgeous. Okay. So we're going to turn this over and we are going to color it on the back side. Now I have a bunch of blends here. I've got a light and a dark balmy blue. Then I have the retiring. I'm so sad. Oh, these are not in camera range. Then I have the light pretty in pink, which is retiring. So grab it while you can. Then I have the light timid tiger. And I have, I believe the light, let me just triple check. Yes, the light Lost Lagoon, which as you guys know is my favorite green that I use on everything. You can do this in whatever colors you want. You just need to know that your color that you're coloring, and you'll see this when I do this, it's very light. So if I had wanted, and I wanted a very watery pastel look on this particular card. So if you want bright, if you want more to look at, then what I recommend that you do is you do brighter colors. Like instead of the pretty in pink, I could have used strawberry slush. I could have used berry burst, which I think would have been really pretty. So what I've done is I've taken the light balmy blue and just put it all over this big flower. And then I'm going to just add more. And I want to add a whole bunch right here in the center. Now, it will take a little while for these blends to dry. Not a lot, but a little bit of time. There we go. Now I'm going to add the pretty in pink, and I am going to add that to wherever there are these small flowers. I'm hoping you could see this. I know it's going to be really hard to see because it's hard to see when I color anyway, but it's really going to be hard to see on vellum. So hang in there with me, friends. Okay, and then there are little, like, I don't know what they're called, little teeny flowers in here. So I'm going to go ahead and color those. I got to find them, which is sometimes easier done than said. Easier said than done? Easier said than done. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of timid tiger inside these flowers, maybe add just a little bit here. Go back in with my pretty in pink. What I love about this technique, and Patty, if you're here, I'm so glad you asked for this because number one, I love this folder. But also, it's really easy and it can be really messy, which I love. And what I mean by messy is you don't have to be perfect. And you guys know that that is my motto in stamping. Done is better than perfect, right? Okay, now I am using the brush tip. Oh, here goes my voice again. I'm sorry. I am using the brush tip on these bigger leaves. But I'm going to go back in because even though I just said I'm going to contradict myself, it is so much easier for me to do the bullet point tip. Where's my camera? Hello, camera. Much. Yes, that was coffee I was drinking. I swear. I just find it so much easier to use the bullet tip on all my blend coloring. I rarely use this, but I'm doing the brush tip. I rarely use, but I'm doing this on this video because quite honestly, it goes faster with the brush tip. But the bullet point tip, I think for me at least, gives a better look. Plus, I think it's easier to use. But we all have our own opinions, right? So let me go ahead. You guys, let me know in the comments what you're drinking today. I had to rush us over to stamping because it's going to take me a while to color this. But I'd love to know what you have in your cup today. Those of you on the East Coast, you know, it's only what 9:40 or something like that here on the West Coast. But you guys, it's lunchtime for those of you on the East Coast. I'm curious what your weather's like too. Okay, now let me bring in all my other card parts. Ooh, I got a lot here. I am being so brave today. You will see this, guys. Those of you that watch me often will know what I mean. So there is our colored vellum. Isn't that pretty? I just love it. Okay, and I've got bubble bath cardstock, just a half a sheet, 5.5 by 8.5. Make sure you grab the instructions because everything you need to know is in there. And because we all know Barb can't stamp straight, I've got a couple of extra ones of these. This is one of the dies from, it's this one right here. See how much smaller it looks, but it's actually quite large. And then I've got a piece of white. I've got a lot of white cardstock here, guys. I've got a piece of white, another piece of vellum in case I screwed up, a piece to go underneath. That should be it. Let me make sure I've got my right pieces here. This should be the 3 3/4 by 5, and this should be the 4 by 5 1/4. I tried to keep this card fairly simple so that it wouldn't intimidate those of you that are new stampers. It's not difficult at all. You just have to have a cut and emboss machine and that 3D embossing folder. And then I'm going to stamp in pretty in pink. So this whole card is very soft. It's very subtle. There's not a lot of color to it. And that is exactly what I needed. I think that's upside down. Yes, ma'am, it is. All right, let's hope that's straight. It's good enough. And then we're going to glue that inside our card. If I can find my glue. Oh, Cheryl's got water in her cup. Yes, this is a pre-order item, Michelle. It was not, you're a demonstrator, so you can pre-order it now. But for those of you that are not demonstrators and don't have that fabulous benefit of ordering everything early, I jacked up my credit card a lot this month, let me tell you. I pre-ordered a lot. But these will be available to everyone else to order on May 5th. The day after, May the 4th be with you. May the 4th be with you. So May 5th, which isn't that Cinco de Mayo? I think so. Oh my gosh, Lisa's drinking a V8 with a lime twist. Woohoo! Now that sounds yummy. Is that all that's in it, Lisa? Tell the truth. I know you. I know that's all that's in it, but it sounds yummy. Okay, so now that we've got the inside of the card done, I'm going to go ahead, since I have my pretty in pink pad open, and I am going to go ahead and hope that I can see white on white. We know I all have problems with that. And oh boy, did I catch an edge there. Okay, hold on. Can you guys see this? I have to do it on my desk. I'm hoping it's in camera range. And I am going to stamp it a little bit to the right. Yep, that's good enough. See how light that is? Whew. I don't usually do sentiments quite that light. And we are done now with the pretty in pink. Okay, this is why I said I was brave. All of you guys know that I do not tie ribbon well. So everybody cross your fingers for me, okay? I want to wrap it around. I'm only going to do 2 times. I cut enough ribbon for 5 cards, and this is, my friends, the 1/8 inch bubble bath ribbon. And I just think it's so pretty. I'm going to move it down just a little bit. Okay, I probably could have done it one more time, but let's just do it. And then I am just going to knot it. Here we go. And then I am going to trim all, I can hear everybody out there gasping, going, oh my gosh, look how much ribbon she cut off. Enough for another card, right? Do this just a little bit more. There we go. Does anybody else mark their ribbon scissors to make sure that's all you use it for? I didn't used to do that, but I sure do it now. Okay, so now, guys, all we have to do is glue. How cool is that? Let me go ahead and put the Stampin' Dimensionals on the back. Let me show you my trick for doing glue on vellum. That doesn't look like that should be the back side, does it? But it is. I always have to feel it to make sure. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my mono adhesive glue. You know I love this stuff. When you are straight line impaired like I am, this is like the answer to your prayers because I can move it once I put it down. And I'm gonna put a majority of my glue right behind that blue flower because that is actually where the darkest color is. And then I'm going to use the thick side of my mono adhesive glue, and I am just gonna spread the heck out of this. Now you want a super thin layer, and then I am going to put this down on the basic white cardstock. Let's make sure I've got the card going the right way. Okay, because you never know. All right, so let's put these on. Oh, time for my take your pick tool because, ooh, that hurt. All right, there we go. It's my thumb. And I glued that on, right? Yes. Okay. And then I'm just going to put this right. I don't want to cover up too much of that flower, but I'm just going to put that right here. And there we have our finished card. So pretty and soft. Yes, very, very, very. Julie, thanks for asking for the tutorial. Patty, so do I. Patty said that she has a new appreciation for mono adhesive glue. Thank goodness it allows movement. Amen. Because for those of us, and I am seriously, guys, straight line impaired. I mean, I struggle to do anything on a straight line. So that glue has saved my bacon lots and lots and lots of times. Okay, so I'll be back next Wednesday with another Step It Up Stamping. No, I do that every time lately. I'll be back Sunday with a Step It Up Stamping at 1:00 Pacific. I'm trying to think. Oh, what am I doing this Sunday? I think I'm doing To the Moon and Back, or Moon and something, Moon and Back. Yeah, I think that's what I'm doing. I don't remember. And then I'll be back next Wednesday for another coffee and a card. And Patty, I'm not going to swear this to you because I have a lot of different ways to use vellum. I might use vellum again next week too, but if not, I'll have another one coming up. And I think I'm doing another sneak peek from the May to August catalog. There you go, my friends. I need to go start my second cup of coffee. And I am so grateful that you came today. Thanks for joining us for our live weekly chat, even though I didn't do a lot of chatting today. And I'll be back next week. Talk to you guys later. Have a creative week. Bye.